I like to make this analogy that the business ecosystem it's like a castle. So what do I mean by that? This is the castle, but let me show you something else. Let me show you a castle from Romania. Have you heard of the Dracula's castle? It's a famous castle. Let's find it. So we have here. This is the Dracula's castle from Romania. As you can see, let's make the image bigger. Yes, this is it. So what do I mean by saying the business ecosystem, your business ecosystem or my business ecosystem or anybody's business ecosystem is like a castle? Well, just think about it. When you probably have multiple offers like I do, and it's not wrong to have multiple offers. Many people say that multiple offers is not a good way, is not good to have because it's harder to promote multiple offers. But I think differently. I think that it's okay to have multiple offers because this is how you can serve more people, and that's how you can solve more problems instead of just one big problem that your avatar have. Which in most cases your avatar have that big problem, but it's harder to solve that big problem, and sometimes it's hard for them to just take a big step or just invest a lot of money, and they decide to procrastinate. So what they are doing is to just look on other offers on the market and just solve their urgent problem, because there are problems who are bigger, like let's say I want to scale my business to 10 million dollars a year, but the problem is that I don't know how, and I don't have, let's say, the resources or the context that will help me to scale my business to $10 million a year. So this is a big problem, but this is not something that I could solve like that. That's why I also have multiple problems during my day. Like you have multiple problems during your day. For example, sometimes you're hungry, or sometimes you just want to close a lead that you have right now in your sale call. You have a sale call in 2 hours, and you don't know exactly how to deal with that potential customer in your sale call, and that it's your urgent problem, and you need something to work for that because it's urgent and it gives you money for the short term, and it's something tangible, and it's something that you see right now in this moment. Now, coming back to this castle, what do I mean by that? I said that it's okay to have multiple offers, and people are getting this wrong because people associate multiple offers to having multiple businesses, or to have multiple, let's say, type of delivery, or to have a huge team, or to have multiple business verticals and so on. Now, this happens especially if you have multiple customer or ideal customer profiles or customer avatars. When you have multiple avatars, of course, it means that they have different problems, they have different needs, they have different desires, and it's gonna be really hard to serve all of them because they are so different. For example, a fitness coach is very different and has different problems than a single mom, or a e-commerce business owner has different problems than a business coach. There are two separate avatars, and there are two separate ways to serve them, and it's going to be really hard to serve multiple avatars. That's why I believe that most people are getting this wrong, especially after Alex Hormozy said, and he said that multiple times in his content, that you need to have one offer, one avatar, one funnel or something like that, and just one channel, and it's okay, and that's how you can make $1 million per year. I mean, he's the GOAT here. I mean, he's the OG into this space. He proved himself. He knows how to scale business and so on, and he has his point. But he also has his book, which is Money Model. I have this book over here. I just got it as a present. This is his book, Money Models. The other books I just got them online because you can got them from free. I mean, this is a tip if you're trying to read books, for example. Just go online on Google and type any book name on this earth .pdf, and voila, you will get any book for free, because online you can get basically anything online for free. Any book out there, you can find it for free. I read many books like that, but the books that I enjoy and that help me the most, I also bought them physically. So it's not just that you buy books, because so many books they are just crap, but there are books who deserve the money and they deserve to be paid for. And yeah, now this was a simple off topic, but let's come back to the offers. Now, even if in his book he said that, I mean, there is a page here with more, I mean, this is like a Bible. I mean, it's huge. I don't know why he made it like that, but it's different. I mean, especially when you have a library or you have multiple books, it's gonna be, I mean, you will find this pretty sure. Now, this is what he said in his book, right? As you can see, I don't know if it's copyright content here. Yeah, hopefully it's not, but I saw this online, so yeah, you will find this online. You just type money models and you will find this online for free. So you have here the problem, and you have the solution, and your solution, and this is your avatar, right? You don't see too good here because I have some blur, but here is this is the problem of your customer, this is the solution, and here is the money model, which basically says that you have offers. So you attract people to a paid product, then you upsell to a higher product, then you downsell to something, let's say after a high ticket program, you downsell them to a mid ticket community membership, and then you repeat the cycle. And this is basically a money model. For example, you attract people into your ecosystem, which is your castle, by the way, here. So this is your castle, and you attract people to this castle to join your ecosystem. And here inside this ecosystem, you have all your offers. And this is, let's say, a place where you have multiple events happening in your business, you have multiple offers and so on. But also what you have here in this castle is your one-on-one coaching or program or group program. If you have a group program, you have also, it's your paid community, it's your paid environment where you provide a lot of value with your information, with your expertise, with your professional consulting or coaching. See, and it's easier, in my perspective, it's easier to just attract people to this castle and to just knock on your gate and to let them in, than to have, for example, here, and here, to have multiple offers. These triangles are different offers. For example, this is an offer, this is an offer. I just deleted it, but this is an offer. I delete it again. Sorry for that. This is an offer. So I guess I have some. I have something on my tablet. When I draw like this, it deletes things. So yeah, never mind. Okay, so you have different offers, but it's harder, in my opinion, to promote all of these offers one by one, especially if you are doing content marketing, especially if you post on social media, and it's easier to just attract people into your ecosystem. And the first one, or the best thing that you can ask people to so they can join your ecosystem is to just get their contact data, like their email or phone number or WhatsApp or Telegram or something like that. So the contact data, so you can contact them to not or notify them with emails or just send them messages, or WhatsApp uh, message or something like that, or just attract them to a free community where you can keep them engaged, and nurture them. And this is powerful. This is powerful because it's easier to just attract people like that, because once they will have enough trust to send them, so to send you their contact data, like their email address, you can send them different offers, and you can send them more information and news about what you have done so far, or how you can help them more with your free events, or with your free resources, or with your paid resources. Why not? And that's why I believe this ecosystem is like your castle. And that's why I made this analogy with this Dracula's castle. I mean, that's just because I'm from Romania. I can promote this castle. You have to come here some time in your life. It's a really nice place. It's in Brașov city, near Brașov city. It's a really nice place in the mountains. But coming back to our offer and to our analogy, you see, this castle, for example, it's very popular, and many people heard about Dracula, and they heard about Transylvania and about vampires and so on. And you see, they create demand, and this is what you want to create with your brand, to create a demand, to make people not only hear about you, but also make them curious, make them want to be part of your movement, make them want to be part of your community, make them to be part of your cult. Why not? Because there are so many people who are trying to make some cults, yeah. So that's why I believe it's easier to attract people into your ecosystem like this castle, because just think about it. Once you arrive there at the Dracula's castle, you have all the things that are around that castle. You have your castle yard. You have here, near the castle. See, in this place, you have your castle yard. And you can sell people, let's say, the ticket to your castle, but they need to stay somewhere, and you can have a hotel near the castle, and provide them with accommodation, and provide them with food and other resources. Now, this is another analogy, don't get me wrong. We are talking about online business here, and I'm making this analogy with a castle because it's really easy to understand. So you can have different offers around this core offer, which is your castle, and you attract people to that castle. But of course, some of them will make pit stops, and they will take, let's say, a dinner near the castle. Not all of them will join the castle, but you want to make them want to join the castle and to enter the castle and to be there. Because there, once they are inside, you can provide them with more offers, with goodies, with events. You can organize parties. You can organize different interaction events, and so on, like masterminds in terms of online business, like workshops, paid workshops, live workshops, physical workshops. Why not? Webinars and so on. And yeah, so for example, in online coaching or in online consulting businesses, like education businesses where you provide one-on-one consulting, one-on-one coaching program, you also have low ticket products like courses or PDFs, or this is the business where you don't just sell courses anymore. You don't just sell information, because AI provides information. AI has a lot of information, and anybody can use ChatGPT nowadays, or just go on Google and type, and they get results real fast. But people still need certainty. This is something that most people don't have. Certainty. They are not sure what to choose. You just provide them with free options, and they don't know what to choose. They don't know what works best for them. Or people also want trust, but they want to trust you. They need to trust you in order to buy. They need to trust. They need to trust you. They need to trust your offer or your method, and they also need to trust themselves. They need to trust that they are capable of doing whatever it takes that you promise in this program that you have. They are capable of doing that, because most people are just sabotaging themselves. Most people just think about themselves like, oh, I'm not good enough. Maybe I will not handle it. Maybe I will invest and I cannot do all of the stuff that is necessary for me to have success, or maybe I don't know how to do things. And these are different objections that you must know about your avatar. But this is another topic, and we talked about it in other videos. But in most cases, you are not in information business anymore. You are not in courses business. You are in transformation. Business. And probably you heard this many times before from other coaches or other mentors or other people from the internet. I know this transformation stuff feels a little bit it feels like it's a word that all people are just telling, but I mean it's real, because you don't just provide results, and they don't just get results. They get a full transformation. After they work with you, they are more capable. They have more trust in themselves. They respect themselves more. They have more confidence after working with you. They have more money. It really depends what you are offering. Let's say you are offering business coaching or business education materials or transformation education business, something like that. Yeah, they will get more money, more profit. They will get more peace, more time with their family, less chaos, less, let's say, less stress, less hustle, less. There are many words I can tell you here, but this is what they get. They don't just get results, but they get a full transformation. Maybe it's a body transformation. Maybe it's spiritual transformation. Maybe it's transformation in terms of mindset, because they think different now, and they know how to act, and they know how to get decision and to make decisions, better decisions. They are more confident to make better decisions. They are willing to take more risk. They are willing to make, let's say, some sacrifices, and they are willing to transform their life in a better way. That's only because of you and your program and what you offer to them. Now, that's why I said we are in the transformation business. And coming back here, I wrote transformation. Coming back to our castle here, the easiest way is to attract people with free or paid offers. Make sure it's your avatar is really, really, really good defined. You only need one avatar. It's enough to grow your business up to $1 million per year and more. It really depends about the market size that you are in, and it really depends about what avatar you chose. Because let's say some people are choosing the wrong business model, and they are choosing the wrong avatar to help. For example, when you want to help college students to make money, and you have a high ticket program, it's going to be really hard for you to sell that high ticket program because most of students are broke. They are students with rich parents, but they are not going to be interested in your program because they have money from their parents. I mean, they don't care about your money or about your promises. So, and there are other people like college students who are broke and who would like to spend time with you and to learn from you and to make money, but they are not willing to invest and they are not willing to take the risk and they are not willing to, they don't have money to invest and so on. And it's going to be really hard for you to sell to them. And it really depends about who is your avatar, in terms of age range, in terms of interests, in terms of the niche, because it's also important to choose the right domain. I mean, you probably have a domain right now, but also choose the right niche in your domain. Because you can be a generalist, and when you are a generalist, it's going to be really hard for you to compete with all of the experts who are more specific and who are more in depth. Because, for example, and I'm going to finish after that, this is a huge lake, like it's a sea of people. Let's say this is your total addressable market, which has a size, I don't know how many millions or billions or trillions of dollars. And in this market, there are, let's say, 10 million people. And if you are very general and you just say, I want to help you to make money, it means that anyone from this market can make money. And of course, it's going to be more than 10 million people. It's going to be like 7 billion people. I mean, who don't want to make money? But let's say you are in a more niched or specific area, plumbers, or it really depends. And you have only 10 million people in that market. Now, of course, there is also competition in that market, and there are people from your competition who get different size. I mean, like this, and this. They have different. They have already taken some pieces of that pie, of that market, because people are already. I mean, when people are having problems and when people are looking for solutions, of course they are going to buy something, because they are not going to wait for you until you're born and until you decide to sell something to them. No, they already have, or they are already using something, or they already invested in something. But it doesn't mean that your competitors are doing great. And this is where you come in. This is where you optimize and you do things better than your competitors. And you help your customers better than your competitors. And you provide better results, more easy, in a simple way than your competitors, with less risk for your audience and so on. And that's when you decide to be, let's say, over here in the middle. You want to have some archery, and you want to aim and be very specific with your avatar and in that niche, and it's more likely that you will be chosen in that market because you serve specific people with specific desire and with specific interest, and you know them very, very well. And I think I'm gonna make a video about the client avatar because it's really really important. But if you want just to have my template of how to make your client avatar, I have a template. You can go to my link and you will find over there in my community, you will find the that template, how to create your client avatar or how to optimize your client avatar if you already have a client avatar. And yeah, that's why when you're more specific, it's going to be more easy for you to sell and to invite people to your ecosystem, right? And that's how you will understand your ideal customer better, That's how you can create better offers. That's how you can create better solutions for that person. And once you help them with some results, once you provide them some once they get some results or transformations, you can use them as study case and show other people how you helped them, and you get more trust in the market. And use testimonials, use study cases, use results that your clients made, and this will increase your trust in the market. And then just make people to know about your castle, make them aware. That's why you need to create content. That's why you need to make people talk about that castle. That's why you want to make other people talk about what you have to offer and about you and about your movement, not just you. Look at, for example, Andrew Tate. You probably don't like him, or I don't know if you. I don't care if you like him or not. I have mixed feelings, but he did this really well, especially when he had that explosion 2 years ago or something like that. It was in the summer. He was the most Googled person on the planet. And why he was like that? Because he built all of his with all of his videos, and he paid other people, and he had other people and had other accounts who posted a lot of content from that was clipped from his previous content. So many people just took his content from his past, from YouTube or from wherever they find it, and they just create videos with him talking about different subjects, most of them controversial, I know, but that's how so many people heard about him, and that's how he became so famous. And that's how once he was ready, and once he was famous enough, he decided to launch an offer, and he invited people to his community. He paid community, like I don't know what the name of that community is, but that's how he made a lot of money. And of course, with a part of that money, he invested in crypto or whatever. And yeah, this is one example, and there are more examples. This was the first one that came into my mind right now, but there are more examples. For example, Alex Hormozy, because we just talked about him with his book, right? I don't know if you like him or not. I think he's great, especially with all the information he provides. I don't know him. I didn't talk with him, but he seems to be a nice guy, and I really enjoy his content. And shout out to Alex Hormozy if you ever reach this video, or just that's pretty much it. That's the analogy with the castle and the ecosystem that you build in your business.